You are the sum of your habits. I think that with all of these advances in technology, man, I would like to be able to live a lot of more years. And I think that that's where our next topic, health is wealth. So once that you're having all of these bitcoins, right, you're becoming each bitcoin is 1 million each.
Hyper
So that
Bitcoinization.
then you can start doing like this guy. He's not a billionaire. Have you seen this guy,
Hey,
Bryan Johnson?
he's a billionaire in health, right? Health
I
is
guess
wealth.
so because the guy he sold his company, I believe to PayPal or some of these different big companies, and
Hmm.
he got like 800 meals. So it's a little bit short of a billionaire.
It's
But
pretty
then
good.
he started actually spending a lot of time to trying to understand longevity, how you can be able to stay longer. Dude, I'm this close to buy a T-shirt that it says "Don't die."
Is he a
That's his
vampire or
tag.
what?
And actually he does like a vampire, man. It's like the guy is like, man, you need a little bit of sunshine. But the guy is obsessive, right? Like he's all over
Hmm.
YouTube, right? Like you just Google his name or YouTube
Yeah.
his name, and
There's
it's like,
Bryan Johnson, right? Bryan
yes,
Johnson.
Bryan Johnson, and his brand. And I think that that's what the point that I want to make. That even if he's kind of retired, he started working in something that he's very passionate, and then he just literally opened a company because he became so obsessed on different products. One of those is like virgin olive oil, like extra virgin, right? So the guy is like, hey, I need to find the best olive oil like that it is. And he did a studies, analysis, and all of that. Like nothing in the market is good. Then the
Hmm.
guy actually made his own. And then he's like these are the things that I think that is based on he calls it protocol. The protocol that I'm following. If you wanna, you don't have to buy from him. It's like this is what you need to do. This is the study, right? And the same thing with chocolate cocoa. So and again, every product. Then he realized, all of these people they don't want to go and do all of the exercise. Then he created this brand, which is Blueprint, and but yeah, it's very interesting to me that a lot of these people that they are kind of almost billionaire status, they are spending so much money and trying to live way longer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you've got all this wealth, but if you don't live long enough to enjoy it, then kind of what's the point? So, really, once you get to a certain status, that's really, the next frontier is you want to make sure that you get your health in order. A lot of people, this is what they've started doing. There's another guy, David Sinclair, right? Um, he's been working on this NMN protocol, and he's got his full stack available online too. So lots of folks are working towards this goal of not just a long lifespan, but a health span where you actually have more healthy years. And in some cases, trying to reverse aging, which what Bryan Johnson is saying that he's doing, right? He's probably, how old is he? Do you know? He's in actual age 50s, 60s, but he's saying he's like a 20-year-old, right? So
Yeah, because he's in very. I mean, you can tell he's in very good shape. Independently, that he looks like a vampire. There's some things odd, but I mean, he does a lot of skincare, right? It's like
mhm.
a like when people ask me my skincare, like man, I don't know shit, right? Just wash my face, maybe, right?
I
Like
use
that's
soap.
so it's like and they mock me because of my hair, dude. That's how my hair actually just like I don't spend time on it, right? So
Uh-huh.
I think that I need to become now that we are becoming a celebrity on YouTube.
Yeah, I need to work on that. I got the
I need to
copper supplements to keep my hair black.
yes, and that's one of those, right? The guy said that with all of these copper supplements, man, I need a copper supplement like my 20s.
You need to go start eating pennies, Mando.
This is rare. I got to freaking eat like the coins, the fiat. Yeah, yeah.
It
So
does look like you're starting to get more black actually growing in there. I mean, you're doing something.
I'm not doing anything, man. So I for my gray hair is like has been since 20s, and I think that maybe I should try the copper. Like I don't need to do to measure it to see maybe I'm deficient in copper because it has been a while. Unfortunate for the gray hair, maybe there is no going back. But this guy said that he has a protocol to
Mm.
get his hair back, but he's also kind of dyeing it with like almost henna. So, and the thing that is he says is that basically in his studies, he's able to notice that the hair is growing back with some pigment. So
Hmm.
because everybody's like, just color your hair with
Yeah, this
henna.
is coloring the hair, right?
Yeah, but no, it's like again, the guy is like super obsessive, right? Like he
Hmm.
just goes into very, very deep in each of these topics. He buys all of the gadgets that is out there. He tests them,
Mm.
and he's super disciplined to be able to follow all of these protocols. He takes like 60 pills a day. Would you be able to take that many?
Psh, Bitcoin got to keep going up. Yeah. That's true. Well, I know there's a lot of things that you can do. Even I don't know if we mentioned red light therapy. Even so, you can get some red light, near infrared light, some blue light. These things actually do interact with your skin. They do things to kind of rejuvenate or cause that mitochondria to start doing its job a little bit better, and kind of very similar in the way that NMN is working, things like that, or resveratrol or NR. Those things actually work on the mitochondria, on the ATP generation, and makes your cells start working better. So maybe there is something to all of this, and you never know. All this technology that these billionaires or millionaires are coming up with will start trickling down to the masses, and we're going to have a bunch of vampires walking around. Elon Musk says we've got a problem, not necessarily an overpopulation, but an underpopulation, because the population is shrinking, right? That's so he's saying, that's, if you look down the line, that's not good for the humans as a species. So, you know, if you take the long, broad look, maybe it's a good thing. We'll be able to populate this planet and Mars also, which is what Elon is trying to do. Elon Mars. So,
Yeah. The other thing that he said, Elon, on that is that he said smart people are not having kids. So it's like we need more smart people having more kids, and that's what he's trying to do, right?
well, that's true. But he's like, I'm doing my part. He does
Exactly.
have lots of kids, right? I think
Yes,
he
yes.
does.
I don't know how many, but I did met
Hmm.
one of them, X.
Oh,
When we
okay.
were on the office in San Francisco, X was running around on the office. It's like he will bring his kid, right? And
Uh-huh.
sometimes we would be like 2, 3 a.m. in the office, and the kid was there, like, man,
Awake,
like they're
doing stuff,
awake.
just like
Yeah,
his
it's
dad,
like
I guess, huh?
he has the genes, man.
He's like, oh, give me some code. I can fix a rocket. Yeah,
He's
3-year-old
still too
running
little.
around.
He was like a toddler, but yeah, we'll see. I think that maybe from all of the different Musk dynasty, my money is on X because I think that Elon is actually raising the kid more than others. I didn't saw in all of the months that I was there
Hmm.
um,
Well,
anybody else. It was just X.
well, I think there is still a random nature to intelligence in general. So, the parents don't have to be geniuses for the kid to be a genius. So, I think that's good for humanity. This is probably just part of evolution too. So,
Yeah.
really interesting. Well, just remember, take care of your health, because health is wealth. You don't have to have a bunch of Bitcoin to be able uh, to keep yourself healthy. And I know we touched on a few things before, but I think it's a really good lesson. So we'll bring some more of this stuff. I know there's while Bryan Johnson is an almost billionaire. We've got another guy that also does kind of a cheaper version of it. So maybe there's something that we can tackle in our
The
next
poor
session.
man.
Now,
The
the
poor.
poor man's longevity hack, right?
Okay, instead of being 60 pills, it's like only like 10 pills.
That's right.
I think that sometimes it might be very simple. Maybe I'm oversimplifying shit, right? But it's like if you have good sleep, if you exercise regularly, if you eat your veggies, right? And maybe you do some occasional like fasting, you're set, right?
Yeah.
Like I know it's very easy to say or simple to say, but not easy to do. But yeah, it goes back to those simple things that grandparents, our parents, right? Everybody told us.
Yeah, everyone can do that. It's available to everyone. I think that's why doctors all over the world are super frustrated with their patients.
I mean,
Well,
the reality is that everyone wants a quick fix, right? But I think that is just you are the sum of your habits. Like if you are not investing, you're not saving, then guess what? It's going to be very hard for you to be able to acquire wealth. And it's the same with health. If you're like like eating whatever the heck you want, guess what? And you're not exercising, controlling kind of your discipline, is you are not gonna have it. So uh, it's fun to watch these guys to see some of the studies, but some of the things are almost common sense. Like instead of using a certain type of oil, to try to eat maybe a more healthy oil. And sometimes it's your body type. I think that this vampire, maybe some things might apply to his own genetics and his own body, but maybe us, brown, Hispanic, or whatever, we might have a different diet, right? And versus maybe some Asians, right? So that have other predispositions.
yeah,
Like
yeah, you're right.
I don't eat rice because for me it kind of I can feel that like a blow too much, right? But imagine an Asian, right, that they just is their primary thing. So and again, it's just maybe some genetics.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And when you look at things like that in your diet, a lot of these things build on each other. So sometimes it has to do with what you're eating with the other thing. Um, so if you're eating rice by itself, maybe it's okay. But if you're adding like a bunch of fat to it or something like that, the fat and the carb don't work well together when you're eating it all together at the same time. So there's strategies out there and things like that. But that's a very very big and huge topic to cover.
Yeah,
Um, Well, I like what you said about the habits, though. If you can work on the basics, I think it really does make sense. Your sleep, exercise, and diet. Those three things, a lot of people can control and try to make yourself do better. Speaking of habits, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on our Tex-Mex podcast videos. We love to hear from you.
it's for your wealth and your health.
That's right. And a quick plug for our all-time high videos and our having videos. They're really catching on out there. I think we've got over 8,000 views on our video, and we did release a new one not too long ago that's also getting some pretty good coverage there.
And the
Maybe
tribute to Miguel Marinero,
Miguel
aka Michael
Marinero.
Saylor.
Miguel Marinero's he's going to make his debut here coming up soon. So lots to look forward to. Again, share it with your friends. That's all we've got for today. Vale.
Dale.